This is completely natural. The kind of things that I sign up for. It's extraordinary. But I'm ready. And it shouldn't be off-putting at all. This should be completely normal. Hello. There he is. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Awesome.
To Tele2's office.
It's great. Cozy.
It's very cozy. It's a Swedish fika.
It's nice.
Super mysig. How was your trip?
Good. It's been good. Brazil, home, jet lag. I'm good.
You're normally my friend who sleeps the least, so I knew I could count on you to come and join me today.
I got proper sleep. I fell asleep at 8:30 and I was up at like 8. So I got like...
That's solid.
Yes, really good. How are you?
Well, very well.
Kids?
Happy you would join me. Kids good.
Great.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? The little one?
Good.
I saw you at Skavlan.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy he spoke English to you, because when we did it, I couldn't understand a single word he was saying.
Wait, is this though off-putting with me with
No,
the
it's
stuff
cute.
on? I mean, can you
It's
sort
nice.
of see yourself? Does it feel natural for
No,
you?
it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Does it look
it's very
like
high tech?
But does it look like me?
Ish.
Okay, good.
I'm being nice now. I'm like,
Good.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Tomb Raider.
No, good. Well, I'm happy you saw the Skavlan. It was fun, I must
Yeah.
say. It was good fun, and it was kind of like a rite of passage, you know, going on a show and making a good time of it. So,
It's great.
so you know how I got roped into this? Yeah. So they wanted me to kind of connect and to have a normal meeting to let them into my head, my thoughts, everything, as you know. And I was looking through the diary, and I thought we have to continue our conversation that we had last time.
Yeah, I mean, last time we did Size in the Park, right? That was 3 years ago. It was one of the biggest events I've been part of, not only people-wise, but also like what we did around the event. You know, first we brought all these suburbs and the big city into this incredible park in the middle of the city, and we created this concert that just spread unity and love and peace, and that was the beauty of it. But then also the way we got there was interesting, because we used, all the kids could go online, you know, they could tweet or Instagram or Facebook, or they could do anything to reveal the location. So for us it was, I saw hundreds of thousands of people going online to kind of vote and use the hashtags to kind of reveal where the show was going to be. And then eventually, after, I don't know, 250,000, I think it showed that it was going to be in Stockholm. So then obviously the show was incredible, the vibe there was great, and it was our first time kind of doing an event together. But what I saw there was the power that we had, and how we kind of reached millions of people around the world. But we did it digitally, and we did it in a way where there was no kind of engagement, or there was nothing more than, there was no physical engagement.
And maximum impact, right? You weren't kind of limited to a number of seats or a number of tickets, or it was just completely open architecture, which is awesome.
It was just like, we weren't closed anywhere, you know, it was just like, let's just see what happens.
But that was 3 years ago, Steve.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Have you evolved
So
your thinking, or?
Since we did that, I've been thinking a lot. So I've been trying to figure out a way where we can do this 2.0, right? So I know Tele2, obviously, and all your other companies, and I think that it's a really good time right now to do something that will engage even more people. And then make it a bigger splash and make it more important than just me doing a show and selling tickets and I get my fee and like, thank you, bye, I'm doing a show. This has more meaning to it. So I wanted to think to the future. And you know, I've been all for kids, since we both have kids as well. I've been seeing that we have health issues, you know, poverty, and there's a lot of things that we have going on now. So I felt like it's a really good time to actually make a mark.
And even in Sweden, I think that there are disenfranchised people in Sweden. I think that there are obviously, you know, health trends that we don't want to see, right, continue in our country. So instead of you and I turning our efforts kind of always abroad, it would be kind of great to collaborate. You know? Exactly, here in Sweden would be amazing.
Yeah, I think it's about time that you know, you and me are alike when it comes to that. You know, we don't talk a lot when it comes to...
No, you definitely are a man of few words. Like, this is particularly animated.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't like to go out and say, like, hey, I'm going to do something about it.
No, obviously not.
Anything, you know? And I think now we have an amazing opportunity with, like, your connectivity and the way you have your company structured and the way you want to engage into the future as well as me. I think it's a really good time to do something that will change the future.
But I also don't, I think you would be a perfect kind of conduit to also be able to go back and convince the businesses that I work with, whether it's, you know, Metro, free newspaper, or whether it's MTG and kind of their different digital platforms, and obviously Tele2 providing the access, but to be able to convince them that we can take away the gatekeepers, we can take away the middlemen, and actually bring amazing content directly to their customers.
Yeah, and I think, you know, that was the issue before, but then once you were the first, to be honest, like when we did the Size in the Park, you were the first kind of bigger company that supported us, you know. We've done arenas and shows, but you kind of tapped into the whole market.
Well, because you texted me.
Yeah, I texted you, but also, like, it was really interesting to see about the companies that they were so engaged. You know, it's
but
not
it's their reader, it's their reader, it's their viewer, it's their
customer. But not
customer.
everybody knows that. You know, a lot of big companies stay true to the old fans or their own consumers, and they don't want to involve in the future. Whereas this was all future. When we did the show, the kids there were 13 to 35. You know, and you understood that, and that was what I thought was really interesting, and that's why I'm here again. You know, I think that.
Can I have a coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, completely. But I think that to be able to go with not just the results of Size in the Park last time, but to come up with a completely new format that kind of maximizes the impact, yes please, that takes away boundaries and typical constraints that we would have probably here in Sweden, and then uses a lot of the assets that you and I have together to create something really special, and do it for a good cause.
Yeah, I think it's a really good time to do that, you know, for our next generations, you know. And I think for me, I've always had a gatekeeper. Looks awesome. This is great.
It's your birthday, so
for my diet.
Yeah, indulge. No, it's delish. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll focus the camera on the cookies. Yeah. Don't. You're so OCD. Don't touch the camera. Honestly. There we go. Good.
Good. There we go. So. I think it's a great time to collaborate again and do something, but this time just like make a massive mark in the future, you know. And I think I'm talking to kids every single day. I travel the country and I've noticed so much incredible talent, you know, from the smallest cities in Sweden to the biggest, you know. And I've seen so many incredible talent come through, and they're not getting recognized or noticed, you know, because there's always a corporation being a record label that has to kind of filter them, you know. And then we have internet, which is great, but at the same time you need to hit numbers for a lot of people like me to notice it. Where when I travel the country now, I go and see these little kids in basements forming a band, which I think is the most grassroots way of finding talent, the way it used to be. So I feel like we have to do that again.
But it would be great to do kind of give them a platform. If I can't be responsible for convening and finding such talent, but if there was a way that you could do that, you are a fairly big digital kind of influencer. Exactly, do it. But then we bring them together and give them a platform that they wouldn't normally have, which is really what we're both all about. I think kind of contrarian, challenging, and put them up not just on stage, but also give them, you know, a life after that, right? Connect them to
the world.
But also to remote areas in Sweden, right? So bring them to Stockholm, and then also kind of shoot out the content.
It's kind of been the life goal of me since I came home, you know. Like, I didn't want to move here and just sit quiet in my basement and make music. I wanted to come here and make a difference, you know. We come from very different backgrounds, but we're thinking the same way, which is the interesting part. You know, we want to create something and we want to move the needle and make a mark, you know. And I think,
but the reality is I just want to hook into your creativity, because it's really me hooking into you. I can't necessarily stand there with my Steve and but the funny thing is, having met you 3 years ago in Colombia, the fact that we have all these touch points and you have stronger views on my businesses and the future and how to kind of up our game than you know, practically any other shareholder I have. So I think we should do it. I think we should probably do it, what, summer?
I think summer. I think it's a good say. I need a little bit of time to scope the country, you know. I think there's a lot of incredible talent, so I want to find them all, and I want to build the best technology we can and kind of make this a whole new experience of live. I want to create the 2.0. What is a live experience? Not only for the people that would come to a show, but like, how do we get everybody in the whole world to tap into this? You know,
but what could we challenge though, Tele2? And I mean, we have to obviously venue, but also I think do interesting things that
they have the best connectivity. You know, so for us it's about trying to challenge ourselves to build something that's interesting enough that will attract everybody from all over the world.
Okay.
So I think we should start thinking about that.
Okay. How are you going to find these people though? And I mean, you're not just going to pack up a caravan.
Travel.
No, but honestly though.
I'll travel. I'll go to these music schools to see what they have. I'll get a lot of submissions online. I'll speak to everybody I can, and I'm actually at this moment we're creating this amazing coffee table book. So we have thousands of artists that we're scoping, and we're going to create this massive Bible of music. So I'm already in that search.
Perfect. Okay. Now, what I think is important is not just to do a concert, because I think you have your everyday, and I have obviously my everyday, but to be able to do it for something that means something to both of us.
Kids' health.
Kids' health, absolutely, but also to tie it to one of the ideas that I was joking about the other day was the fact that when you go to a concert, you can dance like a kilometer. You can
How's your
move.
heart rate, by the way?
Well, now I'm pretty excited. I'm starting to get a little more animated. I have no idea. I can't see. But it might even just be Steve's face with the heart, a pulsating heart next to it. So there we go. No, but the idea that we could do something about, you know, moving motion for music that gets people, that qualifies them to get tickets to come, and then to, obviously, when they're there, have some kind of goal about people moving. Play on words, movement, motion, music.
Life.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. We should do that. I think just figuring out a way where the engagement is physical.
Yeah.
Because online we've already done. We've broken records doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so I think if we can change the way our consumer or fans do health-wise, we are changing the way the future is going to be. You know, because. But
technology is typically seen as like sitting there with the connectivity with the iPad. But we should be the opposite.
We should be physical connectivity.
Yeah,
you know,
I completely agree.
And try to get everybody going and actually do some difference for real. You know.
I want to show you something though that's kind of fun, because it's not just about bringing you to Kista, bringing you to Tele2's offices, but actually I think there's the perfect physical location for what you had in mind. Is right here in the group in Stockholm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is what an empty, silent stadium with 30,000 people. This is what it feels like, silent.
And it should all start here.
Absolutely. Be amazing.